Now, sitting to my left, I have, do I say Fabian?
Yeah, Fabian, yeah.
Fabian Regal. Where is your name from?
It's French name, so I got a French name. My mum's French. So.
So you're a bilingual human being. Now, the reason that I am so happy to have this man here, or the l'homme sitting next to me, is because you are a pioneer of live cinema and the secret cinema. Now, we need to start from the beginning. This is such an exciting project. Tell us about the secret cinema, when it started, why it started, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so it started in 2007. It was really started after we set up Future Shorts. Future Shorts is an alternative film festival. It's the idea of having a film festival that is open to all. We do it in 15 countries. It's a monthly event in which we want to give the same experience that people go to Cannes or Sundance and have the ability to see amazing short films, amazing talent from the most amazing filmmakers every month in a local cinema, but also in a concert hall or a music festival or in their school. And so this was set up in 2003, and what we started doing is to get more audience for the cinema, we started getting bands to play after the films, and we started getting DJs to play. So the idea was that it was a social event, and this all grew into where we are now with Secret Cinema, which is where we really have taken that to the extremes. Is really taking.
Well, let me stop you a moment.
Yes.
No. Don't apologise. What is your interest in film, and why did you feel the need to do it? Given that you're half French, means your relationship to movies is as a European. So we're looking at a different kind of cinema, aren't we?
I guess it's not really a different kind of cinema. It's more of a different kind of cinema experience. What we're interested in, and I think what I'm very passionate about, is the idea of cinema being a communal, magical experience. It's something in which it can be something where you just go and see a film and you want to sit in a cinema and watch a film, and that's fine. But I feel that the multiplex, I'd like to give another way of watching a film. The multiplex for me does not represent what I remember as a child going to see a film, is the sort of magic and the wonder of the journey to get there and the experience. So where did you see cinema a lot as a kid? In London, in France, where? Well, I was actually I saw Once Upon a Time in America, Sergio Leone's sort of masterpiece film, when I was 11, and I sort of I went down to my local cinema in Morocco. I was living in Morocco in Casablanca, and I found myself in this film, which was an 18, and I managed to get in, and I think there were like 10 people in there. But watching that film, which is just the most epic film you could ever watch, aged 11. In a dusty cinema in Morocco, was kind of amazing, and I think I've always been intrigued by how audiences react and the kind of, the magic behind the film.
I mean, because when I was growing up, we had the organist coming up first, and we had the usherettes bringing in the ice cream and so on. And then when I had my first Asian experience up in Rotherham, where the whole family were there eating and shouting and. I agree with you that cinema has to be brought back to the people, which is why the secret cinema really, it makes my hair stand on with excitement. So back in 2007, tell us the first thing that happened.
So we initially set up Future Cinema, where we did a tour, and Future Cinema is the organisation that runs Secret Cinema. We did a tour of Nosferatu, where we took the film and brought it to life underneath London Bridge.
Now, for those people who don't know Nosferatu, it's one of the first horror films, and the guy, you see all the shadows of his fingers.
Yes, the original Dracula.
Thank you, you're what do I know? Go on.
And so what we wanted to do there is bring the whole Transylvanian gypsy. So we brought gypsy bands, we had horses and carriages, and the audience were arriving, queuing down the street underneath London Bridge, if you know, in the arches there. And the carriages were dropping off these performers coming into the... So the idea is that once the audience got there, it felt like they were in the film. And that's what this is about, it's taking the extremes of event cinema, of the idea of a film being an event and an experience.
Who funds something like this?
Well, we have worked with many different partners. I mean, so initially it was that we worked with a distributor helped us with the first one. The first one was Paranoid Park, and we did it underneath London Bridge. and it was a skate film. It's Gus Van Sant, so it's quite an arty film. It's quite it's quite challenging, but a very experience-led and mood-led film. And we had 400 people turn up. We were pretty surprised. It sold out. And then the next event, we decided I don't want people to think that they know what they're going to get, that it's always going to be Gus Van Sant or another. And so we did Funny Face with Audrey Hepburn, and we did that at the Royal Academy of Art. And there we recreated Paris in London Fashion Week. And so we took over a catwalk, and so the audience came in as if they were coming to a fashion show. But actually, they were coming to a fashion show because it was during London Fashion Week. So it's about marrying up live events with...
Okay, so now let's fast forward. This man, first of all, you have to know, how tall are you?
6 foot.
Yes, he's tall. And he's good looking. Did you get caught in the rain?
Got caught in the rain. Yeah, I was actually on my bike, but I actually realised I was going to be late, so I got in a taxi.
Oh, well, you see, this is how important LBC is, because we're going to have hundreds of people listening to it, thousands listening. So, in 2007, we start with this, and then 2008,
yeah.
And what fascinates me is that nobody knows what's going to happen until how many days before?
Well, no one knows until they get there.
But how do you get an audience?
Well, that's the thing. It's LBC Radio. No, I mean, I don't. Basically, we've built up an audience through Future Shorts, and we've built up an audience of people that like to go to a different kind of film festival, a different kind of film experience. And the first one was 400. The last event we did with Blade Runner, when we did Blade Runner in Canary Wharf, was 7,000. This one is actually, which is what we're trying to get this story out there, that London should be kind of proud, because we're the first people to doing this anywhere in the world. We're going to have 15,000 people not knowing where they're going to see a film, not knowing what is going to happen, and it's the biggest event of its kind ever staged. And what we're really trying to communicate is that this is not us necessarily. We are building these experiences and people are enjoying them, but it's more that people are protesting. They're kind of saying that they want it to be a cinema, to be communal and magical, and dress up and have an organist and have a short film and have these things, before.
So the very essence of what you're doing is a finger up to corporate cinema, in a sense.
I don't think if it is I think it's just saying that there's another way, that the multiplex is an amazing business model, and that's why it's working. But I feel I don't like personally going up escalators, being confronted with people who are a bit sort of not that friendly and don't really.
They're not into movies.
They're not into movies. It feels like you're on this conveyor belt, and the studios are producing these films. But where's the I don't know, the magic?
No. It's important that we do this. The kind of people that come to Secret Cinema, are they like me, 61 and just
exactly that demographic? Yeah, 60, no, not really. It's a mixture. Sorry,
don't be.
I'm not. It's a mixture. It's a real mixture. And what we're saying is that it's open, like we get a very wide section of audience. I mean, initially it was quite a kind of, an audience that wanted to be the first event and they wanted to do good things. But now it's 15,000 people, so it's.
But how do these 15,000 people know where to go? When are you going to let them know, and how do they find it? Do you phone them?
Yeah, we call them up individually. We about a month before, we send out an email. Everyone signs up. We have a website which is secretcinema.org. On
the website, secretcinema.org. Carry on.
Yeah, secretcinema.org. They sign up to the website. They get an email saying, welcome, you've joined Secret Cinema. You will find out about the next event. They then get an email a few days later saying, the next event is on this date. Here are the tickets. The tickets will be live in one day. Make sure you visit the secret ticket booth online. And then the tickets then go on sale, and we sold 4,000 in the first 2 hours. We broke their system, which was amazing. Apparently people said it was like Glastonbury in the old days.
That's my next question. I'm going to come to that in a moment. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
And then they get an email. We then send a further email which gives them clues, and then what we build is this massive campaign on Facebook where we create a character. So we take on a character and the audience become a character. So with this event, essentially the audience are they already have their characters. And yeah,
there's nothing that you can tell me about what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and what it's going to be.
I can give you a few clues. And
right, hold on, slowly, because people are going to be at home thinking, right, clue number one.
So I would say that the story is about tribal. It's about tribes and communities coming together for the better good.
Second clue.
That this weekend we're going to create a secret market somewhere in London. In one of the markets in any part of London, there will be a place where the audience will be able to discover this, basically be able to first of all find more clues. So we're going to create this mini world within this part of London, so that they'll be able to get more clues and maybe even buy a dress and attire for the event.
Clue number 3.
I think actually
don't give me absolutely. We've got music,
but the clue, I mean, really, you can see all the clues that we've built up on Facebook on Secret Cinema. You'll see that we put together films and music and all kinds of things to give people a kind of idea of what it might be. A lot of people seem to think it's one film in particular, and it seems strange because it's not that one.
It's all right where you're playing close to your to your chest, young fella, me lad. Did you study film or did you study art? What did you do to get to this point? I just got in a lot of trouble for a few years, and then I studied film, and then I got this idea. We got this idea with my brother, actually, who is a sort of film director, to set up an alternative film festival, and that's where this came out. But no, I studied film, and I'm essentially a producer. I started making short films and. I'm doing this stuff. How important is independent cinema and cinema to humanity?
Well, I think that I think that cinema is the medium of our generation. I think it's one of the most powerful tools, and you can see it from the way that Al Gore made a film that changed many people's minds and hearts. I think that it's hugely important, and that's why I stand by that. Community in cinema needs to come back, and it needs to be something where you have. Obviously, people have their faith and they have their things every day. That music obviously is incredibly important to people. Cinema is incredibly important, and I feel that it needs to come out of its arse a little bit. I think the industry needs to be open to new ideas and new. Last question,
and it makes my mouth water. 15,000 people you're expecting. After LBC, there'll be many, many more. Is there a cut-off where we won't be able to have more people? I mean, where are you going to put 15,000 people? Or more?
We're going to put them underground. No, we don't know. Sorry, that was a crazy thing to say. Of course we're not going to put them
That's
underground.
Why you got into trouble.
That's why I got into trouble, because you say crazy things. But no, it's obviously, it's 3 nights. It's Friday the 3rd of September, Saturday the 4th of September, and Sunday the 5th. And it's obviously a big venue. It's somewhere in London. It's quite hidden away.
Tell no more. This will go on our website. I will be there.
Brilliant. What night are you coming?
I'm not telling you. It's a secret. but we'll talk about that later. That is the very, very naughty Fabian Regal, the creator of Secret Cinema. A pleasure and a privilege to talk to you.
Thank you, Jenny.